And here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Heart of Fantasy, year three. Year three. Year 2.0, maybe year two. I mean, we've been with you for 3 years, but if you were with us that long ago, it was a little different. Uh, but we're happy to be here. This is the fantasy football show that we talk start sit. We talk fantasy football all the time anyway, so we're just going to do it here, have fun with you on chat, uh, and just see where it goes. We are going to be looking things up live. We're going to be researching live. We're going to be evaluating things as much as possible. Uh, but we've got new segments coming your way this year. You're going to see a couple tonight. We're going to be, I'll keep you on the edge of your seat for that, so you're not going to know all of them right away. And then also, we're going to have new features coming your way. So chat's going to be a little more interactive. I'm actually developing something for the chat with AI on the side. So if you want to subscribe and keep me motivated, I could use your support. Those late nights, get me $3. I'll get a coffee, late night coffee. That can really keep it going. But no, seriously, if you're just chatting in here, that's all we want from you guys. Like I said, we all just want to talk about fantasy and our players before they go out and play. And we feel like geniuses until the moment that we don't. But anyway, so we've got a plan this year to run shows on Thursday and Saturday, Sunday, depending on our schedules. We want to make sure that our lineups are ready to rock every single week and then help you set yours. Maybe have you help us set ours. But yeah, we're in a lot of different leagues. I'm sure you are too, so it gets crazy. It gets difficult. We'll be posting things on our X account as well too, so follow us there at the Heart of Fantasy, which you can see right here. And I mean, I think that's about it for the plans. I mean, we've got 17 weeks. We got 17 weeks to get to know each other, and I'm excited. Again, year three, and I'm not alone. I'm not alone here. All right, so I need to introduce a very dependable co-host, co-founder of the Heart of Fantasy show. Looking good as always. So basically, this is a man with a heart of a lion. He's also the founder of the kicker triangulation algorithm that he introduced to us about a year and a half back. Holds some record for ERA, record low at some college somewhere. Go look it up if you want. But yeah, it's your friend Kevin Sarah. Welcome, man. Let's have a good week one.
All right. I'm not going to take no disrespect from a Lancer to start out. So that college somewhere happens to be the Framingham State University.
I knew it felt local. I knew it was local.
But yeah, no, welcome everybody. I think he covered it pretty well. And I think you hit it. It was like 2 minutes. Yeah, you had that well thought out. It is year three. I think you hopefully expect some improvements by now, and I think you're already getting them.
We've got the display. Hopefully our audio is good to
Get them
everyone
up.
out there. Let us know on chat if it's not. Hold on. Hold that up kind of over your face because you're cut a little. Now see that's what we need. We need to work merchandise. We'll get that going. We'll see what we can do with the merchandising. But let's have a good show first. Uh, so first things first. I'm not wearing a gold chain for nothing. All right. We I'm not wearing a gold watch for nothing. All right.
Whoa.
It's something we got to take care of first. All right. Team Kaizen last year in Dynasty for the Heart of Dynasty pulled off a beautiful upset, and we're just gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy a little bit of what allowed that to happen, and it starts with a Mike Evans touchdown. All right, this is
This
championship
is week
week,
17.
week 17. Bang, Mike Evans
Yeah.
back in the end zone. All right,
I mean,
there's two reasons. There's two reasons why we won, and 8 years ago we drafted him. Well, actually, we traded for Mike Evans in a four-person trade where I sold out Odell Beckham 8 years ago, and
wow.
best decision I ever made. Big Mike's still
That's
doing
actually
his thing.
unbelievable.
We'll just we'll see three plays here. I envisioned this moment that I was gonna sit here cold, silent, but I'm too excited. And just Big Mike just bodying the boy. Let's go. Listen to the announcer here. It might be a little quiet.
Exactly what they planned
It's
to
a little
do in this
disrespectful.
first half. That route there by Mike Evans. There's not much skill in that route, but there was strength.
Not much skill, but there was strength. I mean, I guess it's not that disrespectful, but all right. We got a little taste of that. Thank you, Big Mike. But
I mean, I'll say one thing. It's a unique skill, what he can do. Just throw it up to Big Mike. I mean, we've been seeing it for 10 years now. That was like clockwork. That first touchdown.
two touchdowns.
I mean, that
two
was just
touchdowns in the
vintage.
championship.
Yeah, no, that first one. Yeah, I mean, it was like clockwork, vintage. It was just easy. That looked easy. That's all.
That's all we need to cover for that. But yeah, we're still riding the high. We've got our icon updated. It's King Henry now. And that brings us to our first controversial point, which is we're matched up to each other, against each other, head to head, week 1. Reigning champs have a 63% expected win. I like to see that. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on facing the champ week 1.
I mean, this is the Thursday night matchup to begin the year in our league. This is the equivalent. We have 2 former division rivals head to head. The ring ceremony and what is usually,
dude, you're right,
one of the best matchups of the entire year is sometimes the first game. Just to see that Super Bowl champ, they usually pick it pretty well. I think we're in for a good matchup tonight. Obviously, I think the Eagles have the edge, but don't be surprised if we see some fireworks from the Cowboys. Don't be surprised if you see some fireworks from Team Kev. A lot of people would look at these numbers here and look at percentages, and they'd be dead wrong. I'm knowing, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you've been going against some of these guys for what, a decade now?
Yeah, but I've never gone against Pickens in a Dallas. I've never gone against Pickens in a Dallas jersey.
You've never gone against Pickens in a Dallas uniform. We'll get to that later. But you've seen Keenan Allen in the Chargers jersey. He's back. Do we love that?
I drafted him last night. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Let's just dive right into this matchup. The floor is yours. You're the champ.
All right. So I first got to say, anyone else that's with me on this, please let me know. I'm disappointed with this Thursday night matchup tonight.
What's that?
I didn't have a single. I'm in 5 leagues and I don't own a single Cowboy or a single Eagle. And I was like, this is unbelievable. I was like, I gotta.
Hold on. Allow me to interject real quick. You do own a Cowboy. That belongs to me.
Less than 24 hours ago, I aggressively drafted Cowboys. There's the man, Brandon Henry himself. So I drafted CeeDee Lamb over Justin Jefferson, which I never would do. I did it strictly.
That's the easy pick, yes. I agree with that 100%. Great pick.
I actually disagree with it. I think Justin Jefferson is going to have at least 400 yards more receiving than CeeDee Lamb. If he can stay healthy, right? I mean, I guess the hamstring. But anyway, I picked CeeDee Lamb specifically so I had skin in the game on Thursday night to open it up because I just needed it. And I was like, that was my deciding factor. And I was like, dude, that's when you know. That's when you know you're just a Heart of Fantasy junkie, I guess. But anyway, so Eagles are one of my least favorite teams to watch. Actually, my least favorite team to watch in football, so that maybe I'm a little biased. But we got dueling kickers. We got the best 2 kickers in the league going up against each other this week. So I absolutely love that. Cam Little I own in every league except for that league we just had where I drafted Aubrey. And we might trade. You drafted my guy Cam Little right after, so we'll see. But
I own Aubrey in 3 leagues except for 1.
See, but that's why we can't make the trade. And I was thinking about it. If we make the trade, we can't have the same kicker on every league. What if he has a bad day? You're not dispersed well enough. Does other people do that? Is that just me?
That's why you draft Brandon Aubrey. You're not going to have a bad day.
But all right. I mean, some of these interesting.
I mean, honestly, all right. Besides from the kicking matchup, what is your biggest head-to-head here? To me, it's a no-brainer.
All right, hit me with yours.
No brainer. This is the 2022 draft, I believe. I have the 3rd overall pick. Little pick swap happens between you and I. In a deal that sends the 3rd pick becoming your boy there, Drake London,
Mm.
for who I drafted with the 7th overall, George Pickens, and a 2024 first rounder, which inevitably became Keon Coleman.
That's
So
right.
I would say the biggest matchup goes to obviously Drake London, George Pickens, two guys that are now projected to have career years. I will say that Drake London he is now, you've seen all the stuff preseason. He is really being considered in that tier 1A or 1B list of receivers right
He's
now.
going 12 to 15 overall in these drafts.
Exactly. So I would say this is this is a big matchup between you and I. I would say no one's won the trade yet. Still too early to tell.
Yep.
Because we are legitimately here before those at least two top guys. They're projected to have career years. We're about to see what happens, and it starts tonight with Pickens.
And dude, I love the history. It just made this so much better. I wasn't even aware of how that trade shook out because I've been hyped with Drake London. I remember comparing these two last year, and Pickett's had a slight edge. This is the year I think I can gain ground on you because at least that's what they're saying is Drake London should, he's going much higher than Pickens, obviously. And it was honestly the reason for that isn't because his entire body of work last season, but apparently since Penix Jr. took over at the end of the year last year, he had like 38% target share, which was first in the league. So since Penix took over, which was only the last 4 weeks, I don't know, he was getting the highest target share out of any receiver. And so if they're, you project that into a 17-week season, then yeah, he should be a first round pick. And so hopefully I'll gain ground on you, man. That was a great call out. I thought we were going to have a nice tight end battle. I would have started Isaiah Likely if he was going to be healthy, and we would see Andrews versus Likely. Because, I love starting Likely, but I think I got to go Hunter Henry on you, which is nice because you got me some Hunter Henry socks, so I'll be wearing those on Sunday with you at the Jack and Jill or whatever it is. So that's actually going to be crazy. We might be at a party streaming next week or on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. Thanks, Yates.
Mike, if you're watching, I might be there for 5 minutes.
Or we just do the show
if they
live
asked
at
who
the
got
party.
into the dessert, if they asked who got into the dessert tray earlier, it was probably me on the way out. So just keep that in mind.
You might want to.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you want to point out on your?
All
right.
I think I'm good, dude, because I've got some other. Okay, well, there's one thing. So it's not so much matchup specific, but anyone else that's with us thinking about fantasy football strategy, I'm never usually do whatever you got to do to win week one kind of guy, right? I'm like, I draft my teams for the playoffs. I care about that. I'm starting to think it's not a good strategy. I'm a notoriously slow starter. So Dynasty's a little different, but when we get into the redraft league that we just drafted on, I started to target okay, all that matters is week one. And if you win week one, all you got to do is win week two, right? And you just take it one step at a time rather than draft for an entire lineup to be okay, this guy's going to come on strong in fantasy playoffs, because a lot of times I'm not even in the playoffs. So revamp strategy. And I saw Tony Pollard. That's what made me think of it, because I'm like, dude, Tony Pollard is that guy that if you drafted for week one, because he's going to get 30 touches on Sunday. And we know later on in the year, Tajay Spears comes back. Pollard's not the youngest guy in the world. He's not going to be getting the same touches come late season. But do you think about that? Do you think about week one? You need to win week one? Or do you think bigger scope when you draft?
No, I mean, there's, I would say in especially one league that I drafted, the redraft league, I drafted really not caring about week 1, 2, or 3, really. I mean, I took some risk on rookie running backs that I'm hoping that ideally I could have potentially, 3 of them eventually become number 1 options, right?
Yeah, that's exactly
so
what
you
I'm
sacrifice that for early round work. We've got to do sometimes.
Well said. All right, and that's been my strategy as well. So I support you in that. Let's get into it. We're sharing the screen. We've got our keeper league up. We just drafted this last night, so it's fresh in our head. I was down a second and third round pick. I didn't have it because I traded for CMC right before he got hurt last year, and it was a soul crushing moment. But it was
Jake Kappa checking in.
top of the evening. Oh, and the rest of the morning, the rest of the evening to you, sir. But when you don't have a second and third round pick, oh, thank you. You'll have to check the archives for the 2-minute retrospective on the championship. It went well, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Honest to God, I did kind of forget about that, but 3 touchdowns from your 2 staples is great. It's got to feel great.
It was the greatest. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I love it. All right, but what I was saying is when you don't have a second and third round pick in your redraft league, you start to think, okay, I'm either out this year or I have to do everything I can to just try to win week 1. So I was thinking about these guys that I'm like, Jerome Ford, Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard. I was like, these are all running backs that are getting touches week 1. I need to target these guys. And Rashee Rice and these other guys, I was like, I'm not wasting anything on these guys. I got to just grab week 1 earners. Now I'm not sure if I executed my plan very well. I'm also, let's ignore the quarterback position for a second. Dude, Stephon Diggs, I was terrified. Is Stephon Diggs going to be on a snap count? Let me slow down and ask that question. Does anyone on chat know that, or do you know that?
I really don't know that, but I know is I'm very impressed with how he came back. I was expecting, because he did it late, right? Like after week 8 or something.
I wish I knew. All right, Stephon Diggs. Is Stephon
Regardless,
Diggs on
look
a
it up.
snap
Look it up.
count?
This could be our first thing.
I haven't found anything. The only thing I've seen on Diggs has been that he's not on the injury report. But they're not giving out any other information. I don't know unless it's come out in the past hour.
The question was, will Diggs be on a snap count? Chat was asking here. Joe was asking.
Has anyone bet at practice? Does anyone have insider info?
I have another question for you, Joe. Adam went CeeDee Lamb over Jefferson, and I was trying to tell him that's a great pick. Can you back me up on that? I love that pick this year. I can tell you one thing. They didn't really invest in a running back.
Right, they got no run game.
This is a team that's really forfeited to run really last year, and I think there's no surprise them trading for, another, pretty much to essentially give themselves like a top 3 for sure, like wide receiver duo. So they're going to throw the ball. Dak's done it before. Dak has led the league in passing yards. He has fed your boy to a number 1 fantasy season for a receiver. So I like where he's at. I wouldn't say like it's more of a guaranteed workload, even with Pickens, just than going with Jefferson with a rookie quarterback. Addison's going to be out. I think it always, in my opinion, it always, when you have these guys like Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb, I feel like it's going to inevitably help them. I think those are guys that transcend having other good talent on their team. So I think CeeDee Lamb will do just fine with having another good receiver in town, just as good as Jefferson did.
Wow, you guys are hyping me up and not sold on JJ McCarthy. Fine, cool. I don't know anything about him, so.
Yeah, we don't. That's the thing. I don't have a great opinion. I don't know. I just no idea if he's gonna be good or not.
All right, cool. Dude, I love it. Now let's give the people what they want. A start sit question. All right, I'll give you one that I'm struggling with here, and then I want to turn it over to your team in this keeper league and give me draft thoughts and your best start sit. So mine's obviously in the flex, and I'm really deciding between Eckler and Tyrone Tracy. So give me your thoughts. I've got Eckler there for reasons of, should I tell you? Yeah, I'll tell you. It's the better offense. It's the team that's going to be winning the football game. If they're playing each other, which is interesting, and versus the Giants means Washington's home. I think that's gonna. I don't think the Giants can stand a chance. So Eckler should be up big. They're not gonna want to have the rookie run the rookie, the new quarterback sophomore season running the ball like crazy, especially when they're up. So I'm like, yeah, Eckler's the guy. And then of course his handcuff Bill, might take a spot later on, but I'm not worried about that week one. Gotta go Eckler week one. Love the feedback. Kev, give me yours.
Um, I want to say honestly, the safe floor is Eckler. He's going to be at least that scat pack. He's going to catch some passes. This is a half PPR league, which stinks. It's just I think now is probably the time to start Eckler because like they're not going to lean too far into their young guys yet.
Right. You got Eckler
You
out
know,
there. He's the RB1.
I think it's if it is any week to be starting Eckler, it's this week. Tyrone Tracy, I think he's actually surprised me. I started paying attention to him a little more in this offseason just because I don't know, I didn't have not a strong opinion on him. Just sort of was just given a backfield. That's what was my thoughts. But I he's I think he's really carved out that he is going to be number one. So
Give
is
me
that offense going to be
thoughts.
good? You don't know. I like Eckler, safer floor.
Love it. Thank you both. But give me thoughts on Devin Singletary and Scatterbo. That was another reason for me. So if you're a Tracy owner out there, do we know that he's getting 80% share? Or, is it going to be a three-headed monster? Like, we just don't know for
To
sure.
start, I believe. Yes. I think they're probably pretty eager to get Cam Scatterbo in sort of like a third down role right away. If he can't handle it, they'll go to Singletary. That's why I was kind of strong on Tracy. I think he's going to definitely be that to start that three down back. And let's say Scatterbo, it will take him even that third down role. He nails it. It will take weeks for him to take over the number one spot. So I think
Okay.
he's going to have the opportunity to start. There's no doubt.
Okay. So,
Sometimes it's like an
so you're telling me some people will be rolling out Tracy happily in week one. You're confident with that?
Yes, I think people will be throwing him out week one. I
Right.
bet you there's teams out there definitely relying on him.
All right. You heard it
All right,
here
yeah,
first.
top of mind.
And yeah, we got to move this to Sleeper. Hey, Sleeper devs, if you're out there, or really not devs, you guys are great, by the way. But Sleeper admin, if you're
Yeah,
out
we
there,
should get this Yahoo to sleeper. We'll talk to AJ.
if we get a sponsorship, we will be moving everything to Sleeper. You can
That's
quote me on that.
that's a good point. Today we're sponsored by Rolling Rock. Um,
They seem to be sponsoring us a lot over the years.
so tonight we're starting George Pickens. We're starting George Pickens in
Everywhere.
almost every league that I have. I got nothing else to say other than my projections tonight. 175, 2 touchdowns.
For Pickens.
I think I'm also projecting a 8-catch game for CeeDee Lamb. I think we're going to see zone defense getting shredded, followed by absolute bombs to my boy George. He's going to have someone one-on-one, and it's going to turn ugly. That's my prediction. That's all I'll say about that. You want me to get into the little draft strategy? I noticed you commented on it last night. You were saying some weird stuff going on, or something
Yes,
along
but
the lines of that.
before you
Interesting
said
draft strategy.
yes, but before you go on, I recorded the Kev hot take. I love the hot take, and we're gonna recap this next week. We got 175, 2 touchdowns, and then we got 8-catch game out of those two receivers.
Yep.
Let's go. I've got a hot take to share. That's a season long projection, and I need to say it before this show's over, but we'll get to it later. All right, go draft strategy because I was in the draft chat last night in this keeper league, and I couldn't see your full team when I mentioned it, but I thought you were doing something that surprised me. And hit me with what you were thinking.
Well, I mean, okay, so luckily I had Malik and Nico keepers. That's two end of the first round talents essentially at receiver. So I had the liberty to go. I went Josh Jacobs over Genty. I just wanted a more sure thing because I knew with my turn on the second rounder I was going to go Hampton. So I was like, let me take that risk with Hampton. I love the landing spot. Harbaugh, Chargers, Hampton. What's his name? Their like best lineman went down to the injury. He's out for the year, which stinks, but they still have a good line. Harbaugh loves to run the ball. I mean, I love this team. One of my favorite teams I drafted in Yahoo. I got DJ Moore in my flex right now. Got Caleb Johnson, who I'm hoping is going to be maybe a fill-in RB1 if, let's say, Hampton's not getting work for some reason. I'm seeing Caleb Johnson taking over the next couple weeks. I got a good bench. I got a great bench. No, not Alt Joe. It's what's his name? Rashawn Slater. Slater's out for the year. You don't know Rashawn Slater. He's an animal. He was with Joe Alt on their team, the best lineman on their team. So Joe Alt, it's his turn to show up. That's why I love this landing spot for Hampton. I mean, Joe Alt and that dude, like you couldn't have two better like tackles, you know. So I'm really still high on the Chargers, even without that guy. I was looking at them like, wow, what a complete team. Only other matchup question I guess I have is, and I kind of am going to be doing this to myself a lot, hopefully, because that means that it was, what is it, 10 and 11? I think I picked 2 tight ends. I think you thought that was interesting. I went with Ferguson and Kincaid. Kincaid, I'm hoping, is my high floor guy and high ceiling guy. And Ferguson, I hope, my floor guy. They're going to be, for the same reasons I was telling you, the draft CD, the draft picking. Same thing with Ferguson. This is a team that's going to be looking to pass. I think they don't have the greatest defense, as good as they had in a couple of years prior. So I kind of like Ferguson. Here's my question, though. Would you start him within 7 minutes over Kincaid?
I don't like Kincaid this year, but I haven't done the week 1 research for these guys. What matters?
Check
So
their matchup.
Kincaid's just not going to be a full-time player, right? There's going to be times that he's not in the lineup because we've got Knox as the better blocking option. Is that?
Let me touch on this. The fact that Knox, Shakir is killing Dalton Kincaid. He is essentially taking those sort of like middle of the field passes. Do I think that could change? Yes, I think that Kincaid can start carving out his own unique role. And I'm hoping to see that this year.
Okay.
Maybe take a little bit off of Josh Allen, you know, in the red zone, especially. He doesn't have to be catching his own touchdown passes, hopefully, again this year. Hopefully he's just giving him some Kincaid. But what do you like about Ferguson against the Eagles? Eagles honestly reloaded again in the draft. I think they're going to have a great defense.
I wish I could help you here.
They will be
I'll
back.
tell you, my gut's telling me Ferguson, and I think it's maybe because your hot take is everyone is so
Pickens-
scared of those two.
You're like, all right, well, Pickens is a lock to eat, so.
Well, they both are going to stretch the field. It's like you're as a defense, you need to make sure they don't beat you. So if Dak's smart, Ferguson gets 8 catches tonight. I don't know. Unless they have a run game, which I think we all agree they probably won't. I would go Ferguson here because I need to see the Kincaid situation. I need to see if Shakir's still the guy.
Okay. Anyone else in chat have a thought?
While you give a thought too, I'm glad you explained your draft strategy because there was 2 picks as you were recapping. The first one was the Josh Jacobs. When you picked him over Genty, I was like, whoa, I wouldn't have done it. But I love your reasoning. Like, I'm gonna spend a worse pick on a rookie rather than a higher pick. I think that makes sense. And you saw.
And I love. Go ahead.
You saw Hampton got the starting nod, right? Okay, yeah, right. So that just makes you look like a genius. All right, but then the other one.
I love that team.
The other one was.
So,
hold on. Oh, whoa! Everyone stop. Been freaking out about CMC news. What do you mean?
Whoa! What's going on?
CMC news. Give me something here. Ready to return. What are we seeing? All right. In Sleeper, we trust. Christian. All right. What are we hearing? Joe, tell us. I'm seeing nothing. Go to X.
Wow, Baltimore let up a lot of receiving yards and touchdowns last year.
What is happening? Oh, calf issue for CMC. Limited calf. Thank
Oh,
you, Joe.
you're kidding me. You're kidding me. They decide on Thursday night to let everyone know that this has probably been an issue all year.
You know how many fantasy managers are making a panic decision right now to be like, I gotta start my home run option now in the Thursday night game. Oh, dude, I love it. I love the live update because we've got 1 minute.
I mean, you know,
we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes till game
let's
time.
think about.
Actually, hold on.
Let's think about that. Do I need to start the floor with my team, or do I need to start the high ceiling with Kincaid?
I'm checked out for 1 minute, and I suggest everyone else do this right now. Go check every single league. Make sure no one strained a calf pregame in this Thursday night game. Make sure you're locked in. That's what I'm doing. You'll see me do it here on Yahoo.
All right, Pickens, Lamb.
And really, it's Aubrey. Aubrey, you safe? You okay? No one's saying anything? Okay, good. Aubrey's locked. And then Lamb. That's it, because I don't think I have anything else. We'll check a couple other.
All right.
Couple other teams. Sunday.
I have Cam Little in 2 leagues. Sorry.
Ooh.
Aubrey 2, Cam Little in 2.
Everyone check this, by the way, too. This is a beautiful thing. In this league, we have a defensive player, and yes, I grabbed Travis Hunter, starting as my defensive
All right. Well,
player.
with like a minute left here, should I go with the floor play in Ferguson? Should I go with the ceiling play versus Baltimore Sunday night? Dalton Kincaid.
I feel like everyone else should go Ferguson, but I feel like you should go Kincaid because you're not going to be okay. You're not going to be okay if Kincaid scores 2 touchdowns.
When Kincaid goes off, I mean, I will be because I'm starting him in many other leagues.
Yeah, okay.
Potentially.
Okay, but then
Actually,
again,
I don't even know if I'm starting in Dynasty.
Ferguson's just going to steal work from Pickens anyway. I don't know. I feel like this is a heart of fantasy, dude. You roll out Kincaid.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. I'm a drink from the heart of fantasy mug. We're locking Kincaid and we're keeping him.
Yes, sir.
Keeping him in.
That's what I like to see. And then the other thing that I called you out, and this is the reason I had to say something, is it was right after the Caleb Williams pick. That dropped, and I was like, whoa, Kev's draft strategy is insane. Because I hadn't noticed that you already drafted Baker Mayfield. I thought you went Caleb Williams as your starting quarterback.
No. Didn't draft, kept Baker.
Yeah. All right,
16th round keeper, Baker Mayfield.
That's why you weren't afraid to go Caleb.
That gave me the freedom to say, let me waste a pick here. And I picked Caleb as, at that moment, potentially not only the only player, but maybe even one of the only quarterbacks to have elite level production. Meaning, I see as a guy who could end up in like top 10 of scoring. I think is going to have a jump up and play. Who's to say that he doesn't throw for 4,800 yards or something? I'm liking the Bears a lot better. Obviously, new head coach and everything.
All right, man. Well said. All right, game is starting to kick off, but I want to introduce a new segment, and this is going to be kind of a bit of a fire round where we're going to explore other matchups, and we're just going to kind of rattle off the mistakes we think they're making, essentially in their flex start sit. All right, not too much research because these aren't our teams, but take it for what you will. Give us your thoughts as you see them. We're going to start right column. This is Steve the Pirate, starting Jordan Mason in the flex. Let's go find out the mistakes that he's making. All right, so who would we start over him on his team? I'm seeing quickly Marvin Mims. I would start over him, and then probably just Mims or maybe Douglas. I would not start Jordan Mason at running back. All right, so I think this is a mistake not starting them.
I'm hearing Jordan Mason and the other guy there as 1A and B.
Okay, so you
Um,
agree with this start,
dude from the Packers,
Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones, correct.
Okay. All right, this is a fire round. So if you
Um,
like it, keep it.
half PPR. I'm going honestly. Well, I kind of like Mason.
All right, okay, hey, go Mason. We'll go gut feeling here.
I'm Mason. I'm going Mason.
All right, we got left column. We got a start with Debo. I mean, that's a solid flex. We might even. All right, let's take a look at what they got though. Spears,
Who's that? Is that
Pearsall.
AJ?
Yeah, this is. Ooh, but no, I go Jalen Warren. I go
AJ
Jalen
versus
Warren in the
Hogan.
flex. I think that's a mistake to go Debo. For sure.
Given the rest of his team, I want to say that I'm going Jalen Warren. There's going to be a week to start Warren.
Yep.
It will be this week.
It's week 1. And dude, yeah, okay, 100% fire round. Let's keep it moving. This next team, what is this? What do you mean Terry McLaurin's a flex? Okay, no, it's really Olave. Okay, or Travis Hunter. Okay, he should not have. Ooh, dude, anyone make that mistake?
Okay,
Hopefully not. Hopefully no one started their Thursday night matchup in the flex.
Yes, I made sure not to do that.
Well done. Okay, so Olave or Travis Hunter, those are the guys where we're searching for mistakes. Algier's not a bad one.
I'm not using. I'm not starting. What's his name yet?
Oh, here's their first mistake, dude. They're not playing Goddard over Mark Andrews. That's ridiculous. Goddard's about to tear up the Cowboys tonight. But
I mean, they have too many mouths to feed.
okay, I get that. And they might just run the heck out of the ball. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting Travis Hunter all day because how can you not? And Olave's okay. I don't think there's a mistake being made outside the tight end position. What about you? Tell me a mistake.
I'm sticking with Andrews. I like this lineup. There's nothing I would change here. Yeah, yep.
All right.
I like this team. Good for him.
Good.
Good for you, Hoagie.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, good for him. But let's transition. Fire round over. Thank you for a good segment. Our fans are what matter, or our chat is what matters. We gotta help Joe. Joe, hit us with a situation. We're locked in. And sorry for the moderation. I think the CMC news effing you. That should have been allowed. I'm gonna talk to the AI bots. Oh, actually, I can hit allow.
He said sip.
There it is.
He
I
said
allowed
sip.
it, baby. What?
It says sipping.
Oh, yeah,
You don't.
he had to type it twice. Look at the one right underneath it. I just allowed it. He had to retype the whole thing because he got moderated. No, we
Can you help me out with that? Whoa! Now he's changing it. Whoa!
That's $1. That's $1
That's $1.
into the swear jar. Thank you for your
That's
kind
$1.
donation.
With your lineup, yeah. I can pull that up. Hold on.
Oh, nice. You got insight. Yeah. Rattle
You
it
got
off.
insight. I'm assuming this is our dynasty league.
See with the cat. What do you mean? What do you mean a cat? In practice today? On Thursday?
Oh yeah. By the way, Trev, if you're in here, you're going motherfucking down, and I'll donate $1 all day to that.
Is that 2? Or is that 1 swear? I think that's 1.
All right. Let's see. Joey.
All right. Yeah, he said yes, dynasty. I love that it is 8:05 and we're nowhere close to kickoff. How are they going to do that?
So obviously McCaffrey goes to the bench is what our situation is here. So he's starting Bijan. He's starting A-Chain in his running back spot. He's got McCaffrey in his flex currently. On his bench, we can replace McCaffrey with Pollard.
Wait. PPR, half PPR.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is super bonus. This is PPR. This is points per first down. This is every single scoring thing you can imagine through the roof.
So CMC was a god in this league. Nice. Okay.
So it's looking like it's either going to be he goes with Pollard I don't know if I would do Krosky Merritt yet. He could go. He's got Joshua Palmer. He's got Tillman. I mean, those are two Band-Aids, if I've ever seen them. You could go, if you're a savage, this is what I would do. I would start two tight ends. He's got Travis Kelce in the starting lineup. I would start two tight ends. I'm taking the floor. I'm taking the safe points, and it's not like we're talking about Sam Laporta, one of the best tight ends in the league. It's not like you're just starting two Joe Schmoes. You're not even starting, you know what I mean? So I would go Laporta. I'm going to guaranteed points.
I respect it. I respect everything you said, but Pollard is an RB1. Pollard's an RB1 this week. He's potentially
who are they
one
playing?
of the only players to get 30 carries or 30 touches. He's going to get 22 carries.
He did last year.
Pass attempts. Like, there's no one else is going to match that. Like, there, maybe this is my hot take. Pollard finishes top 3 in touches week 1. Let's go investigate that. And that just
he did last year. He was like averaging like 28.
Yeah, they're gonna just run him into the
Tajay
ground.
Spears is out.
And Spears.
Who are they playing? Who are the Titans playing?
Good question. I mean, Laporte is a good option. Good for you for having two good tight ends. But, dude, you got Pollard. And you don't have the luxury of starting Pollard, I think, in week 10, 11, and 12. You know, I think this is the time to play him.
At Denver, see? Yeah. That's...
Ooh. That changes things.
Not rookie quarterback.
I still chase touches.
Mile
man.
high.
I still chase touches.
I like Laporta this week. I think they are going to rely on him against Green Bay.
All right, Joe. So this comes down to who do you trust more, Adam or Kev?
Good point.
I would. Bo Nix guy. As I'm wearing a Broncos shirt.
I don't think it really has to do with Bo Nix. I think it more has to do Denver is going to have an even better defense. So,
yeah, number 1 defense in the league, right?
I think a lot of people are going to agree with Pollard, and I think that is a very safe spot because, like Adam said, you look at the start of last year for Pollard, he had like 25 carries, 20, 25. It was like, the first few weeks he was definitely eating. Just opportunity is through the roof.
I love it. All right. You heard it here. Make a wise decision. Or do I just roll the dice and start CMC? Well, we're just going to have to monitor
you think you think they're trying to fake everybody out?
No, I think it's terribly concerning, and I think his Achilles is at risk. Severely at risk. They shouldn't play him until week 8, and that's probably what you're facing with CMC right now. Unless you want to lose him for the season. And Tyrese Halliburton, dude. Go check him out. Playing through a strained calf. What happens? It overloads the Achilles. You tear the Achilles. We'll get Dr. Steve on here. Dr. Steve, a.k.a. Steve the Pirate. He'll tell you everything you need to know. Yeah, I'd be terrified. I'm so happy I don't own CMC. I'm sorry. You do.
You know what? It's just, of course, it happens on Thursday night.
This game's
you can't even. I feel bad. I feel bad for all of the CMC people.
They shouldn't play until week 8.
CMC wouldn't even allow you to enjoy your god dang season.
Ooh.
He said, "You know what? You're excited to watch opening kickoff? Let me ruin your fantasy year already." But what the heck, man?
Hey, this just in. My second dynasty league, just because fantasy's awesome. 4 hours ago, we processed a trade. You're not in this one, Kev. This is my other dynasty.
That's cool.
But Jalen McMillan and a first for Pittman. Let's pull it up. Pittman, Rachaad White, Jonathan Brooks, and a third for McMillan and a first. What an odd trade. But I like it. I think this works.
What a very odd trade.
We're messing with a first just to bring in Pittman and Rachaad White. I mean, this is the team that obviously isn't very deep, and they're looking for depth because Pittman and White are starters. And then maybe they're hoping Jonathan Brooks turns into something. I like this trade. I think this is a well.
Okay, I mean, trade. Pittman's a wide receiver 1. Rashad White, I don't get picking him up. Jonathan Brooks, isn't he kind of he's just 2 knee injuries in the last 2 years is, that
Yeah, I just don't know.
not great. McMillan, sure, whatever. The first rounder, I would say, is the highest value thing traded in this deal. And I don't know. I'm viewing in Dynasty. I'm viewing like, I don't know, man. Like I just don't see White as a big asset, almost like a dead asset. Pittman will be sure productive, but for how long, no one knows. Jonathan Brooks, I'm assuming, honestly, is like a dead asset, and a 3rd-round pick's a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, dude.
I'd like to pick for the guy who got the 1st-round pick. The trade, yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with Joe. This is a bunch of boof. Yeah, this is just a couple guys bored going up into the Thursday
they're
night
bored.
game trying to make
They
a
were
move.
bored.
Also,
So, hey, Beak, if you're in here, buddy, you can have Pickens after this game for 2 first-rounders, all right?
well, after he goes off for 175 and 2 touchdowns.
He's been hitting me up non-stop.
All right, we've got Lombardi Trophy on the field. Thursday night football.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Who is out there? Who is that? Tall guy in the green jersey.
Who walked it out? I honestly missed. Now I'm watching fireworks.
I know he looks familiar. Experience the league with Beak. I don't know if I want to. Beak?
You don't.
Giant bird?
Ready? I'll show you a little glimpse of what it's like.
Oh, you're always ahead of me. How are you always ahead of me? I'm just seeing the fireworks. I pay for high-speed internet, all right? Huh. All right, this has been fun. This has been getting away from us. What do we got to do to close this thing out? I've got peach chili that I made a couple hours ago that's just about ready for game time.
Nice.
No cornbread, but I got some rolls. Got some kebabs.
This is all of the month of August with Beak.
Okay, I like the memes. Not so much text. I see the screenshots. I see a lot of rosters. Is that all fantasy related?
That's all him trying to get George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb from me.
Okay. Better or worse than Monzo?
Way worse.
Oh no. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm out. I'm
Not,
out on
not
that.
even comparable.
Okay, so if you guys,
Manzo, whatever he likes to call himself, is 10% of what Beak is.
it can't be Manzo, right? All right? Anyway, we don't have to debate that. All right, cool. If you guys got to kick him out of that dynasty league, I'll take it. I'm hungry for dynasty leagues. I was in 2 dynasty leagues last year, both champions. So
You're kidding me.
Bring me in. Give him one more year. Yeah, well, that's him versus Cam Little, dude. That's another one we're tracking. We're tracking his career versus Cam Little. Go. We're gonna have them both for 2 decades.
League leader, man.
All right, what do you got on the menu for the game tonight?
I'm gonna shout out Crazy Stone in Marlboro because I already ate there.
Oh, nice. The pregame.
A little sushi.
Okay. Nice. Sushi before Thursday night? Oh, we've got
Shout out Rolling Rock as well.
no snacks. Good for you, man. You don't need just hydrate. Hydrate during it.
Yep.
All right.
Sushi and beer.
Yeah, I got about 800
All right,
calories
Cowboys
to
about to
down.
take the field.
Dude.
Here comes Mr. 175. Where is he? He's rocking number 3 this year.
I'm just still watching Hurts run out there.
This is gonna be great. We got a division matchup.
I think the
I'm
Cowboys
excited.
are in trouble if they can't run the football, man. I'll say that right now.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in really big trouble. But this is where we hope, and this is where we double down essentially on the 175 call. We're gonna say
You know how it can happen is if they can't run.
I'm hoping they stay in it. Either way, they're gonna be passing all game.
But I'd like to talk to AJ about this one. use the pass game as an extension of the run game. What does that mean, right? Like I've heard that. I think I know what that means. And if they can do that, which is essentially quick screen game, jet sweeps, stuff like that, if that can make up for the lack of a run game, then you're right. Your boys are going to get to work. Pickens is going to work and get the ball in space immediately.
Okay.
That's what I think gives you a chance.
Yeah, so I think that means best case scenario, their passing attack is so effective that it forces the Eagles to change how they're playing defense.
Put the house on the Cowboys. That's what I like to hear, Alex. Yeah.
Go Al.
Why not?
175, Alex. 175. I'm predicting 2 touchdowns for Pickens.
And we will evaluate that next week. Or on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we did talk to the people telling that we're going to be doing primarily, Thursday, Sunday. You did mention Saturday. It might have to be Saturday.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a fantasy league, not even fantasy league. If you're in a family with some people who just, I'm assuming, are just nodding their head to their wife when they're giving them important information, like September 7th for the baby shower, and I can imagine Mike, that sounds great. You might have to do the stream on a Saturday, but we love doing it on Saturday night, honestly.
Saturday night's always a good time. And at least we got 2 games to recap. We got the Friday night in Brazil. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we do. That's even better.
Yep. I think it's gonna work
Hey,
out.
yeah.
And then dude, this is great. This is great. We all get one free pass at Yates. We can make him do something stupid because he's making us do this. Not that it's stupid, but on a Saturday. Although I will say there's a redeeming quality of this whole thing, which is we're all going to be together for the kickoff, and if it's socially acceptable for us to be huddled around my iPad, which is going to be showing Red Zone with everyone, this could be legit. This could be like a hidden kickoff party.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really leaning towards being on my couch by like 1:15. To be honest with you.
It's like
We
an
got a
hour
noon
drive.
start.
It's like an hour drive.
It's a 50-minute drive. I already calculated it.
20 minutes. You give him 20 good ones, dude. You go talk to everybody. Take a picture. Make sure you take a picture with somebody. The old Jim Halpert party trick. I think you can do it.
I think I can get in there. Say hey to who I need to say hey to. Take a picture. Good call. I like that. Take a picture. Leave my gifts. Get out of there with a little bit of a dessert. I think that could all be done in 20 minutes.
Prioritizing the dessert. The second mention. I think you can do it. Man.
Rest eating on the way home.
Yeah. But all right, let's wrap this thing up. Have a great Thursday night, everybody. I hope your fantasy dreams come true tonight. I think Kev's got the loftiest goals out of all of us, so he's.
Yeah.
We'll
Can
see.
I say one last thing?
Please,
I
take
guess
us
just
home.
on this Thursday night matchup. Unfortunately, it's just somehow the Eagles they completely reloaded again for a second time in a row in the draft night. I don't know if you know. So I mean, when you just see guys named Jihad Campbell out of Alabama being picked in the last pick of the first round, you're like, wow, who is letting the Eagles draft these guys? Like these types of players. A linebacker out of Alabama again. I've heard this before. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, and then what's his name? It's like Makuba or something. Andrew Makuba. He's out of Texas, the safety. Another stud. They drafted him in the second round, and I can't help but thinking this is another time that they lose guys on defense in 2023, going into 2024. What do? Completely revamp in the draft, right? They get 2 stud corners who are not only impactful right away, but potentially making up like the best corner duo in that division. And then I think they do it again.
I love it. So, Alex,
These are
don't bet the
serious
house.
guys, possibly coming out of college. They're ready to play. Like those first 2 picks, I know. Like I kind of analyzed it, just like seeing. Really, it was the schools that hit me. I'm like, why are we letting these guys just get these studs from these stud schools? I'm like, you're kidding me, dude.
Well said, Alex. Don't bet the house on the Cowboys. You just heard the reason not to. But let's have a good night, everybody. See you on Saturday, most likely. Let's enjoy fantasy. We out.